I want to come to that important question which people have been asking.
Which is?
Did YouTubers have an influence on this? Dhruv
Yeah.
Rathi, did he have an
थोड़ा बहुत
influence?
तो हुआ होगा यार, ऐसे तो नहीं हो सकता कि
Not
बिल्कुल नहीं है,
much.
but
No,
See-
Abhijit, before you answer, those there were trucks which went along with projectors, and Dhruv Rathi's videos were projected out there. So there's one thing which I want to say is that, you might diss the content that Ravish or whatever, one echo chamber will diss that, one echo chamber will diss the right-wing content. But the fact is that the right-wing content which was coming out, which is minuscule, was not promoted by the political parties. Whereas the left-wing content, which is ultra-left, which is whether Dhruv Rathi or Ravish or whatever, they were shown by the Congress and people like, the India Alliance people across the length and breadth of those states where it mattered. So Dhruv Rathi mattered.
So
Now you guys go ahead.
Let me kind of contextualize that.
what matters
the
is the
right-wing context.
condition of people
The
who have to
right-wing
go and vote.
The right-wing
refuse, yeah, I agree.
content was organic. The left-wing content was built up. So it's all.
You're talking
and-
numbers now.
No, I'm just talking about even the reach.
Why? You may not
जैसे
believe
right
in-
wing content का आप example दीजिए.
अजीत भारती. हाँ.
Totally organic यार.
नहीं but
वो खुद कहता है मुझे कोई support नहीं
Then
करता.
you're countering your theory. If it is hyped up and it is not organic, then how is it making an impact? And it's not making an impact.
It is
Of
making an
course,
impact.
that is the reason why it's making an
You
impact.
go
He's
on
saying
repeating
trucks
it.
are going.
Yeah.
Trucks are
Did
going with that.
Did BJP take Ajit
Yeah,
Bharti's
not
content?
at all.
They didn't.
Zero.
They don't
But I
even retweet
think
it.
Ulta.
Every
No,
time
why
Ajit
didn't-
Bharti gets demonetized,
Yeah.
they don't even support him.
No, no, why did
even
this-
though we know YouTube and YouTube ka CEO in India, he keeps hanging out at the PMO.
Yeah.
They never raise
He's
any
always
of
at
these
the PMO.
issues with them.
That's true.
Okay.
But why didn't this YouTubers then work in Madhya Pradesh?
So one second. So what I'm saying is, no, that depends on the state units, na. For example, Dhruv Rathi's was taken out in
Haryana.
Bihar.
Haryana
It was taken out in Haryana.
बिहार में कोई फर्क तो नहीं पड़ा.
कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ा. बिहार में तो हार गए.
It depends. Look, it depends on the state unit how efficient they were. But the point is they tried, na. यहाँ पे तो ये वो भी नहीं
See,
किया.
so
नहीं,
I
but
would
ये
argue
सारे
the
state-
reverse.
हाँ.
Yeah, I think it's the reverse.
It is only speaking to those who want to be spoken to. I don't think Dhruv Rathi is changing anybody's
I agree.
mind.
It's the
No,
echo
they are.
chamber. No. It's an
यार
echo
in
chamber.
UP, for example, let us talk about UP. Okay, in UP, by all accounts, now we get to know that हवा चल रही थी but दूसरी तरफ. ठीक है? The point is that आपने उस हवा के अंदर, if you were spreading this message, it got traction. If the hawa was not blowing,
Exactly.
would this message have got
So,
traction?
just one line.
The same Dhruv Rathi and the rest of the bunch were doing the same thing in 2019.
He's right.
Did it have any impact?
Let me
No,
just
no,
give
no.
you. Let me. No, Anand, just one line.
growth-
Let me.
Yeah,
Anand, just
was
one line.
exponential.
There is growth.
It is an eco chamber. Let me give you a very practical example. I have two Instagram accounts. One is an official account. One is an unofficial account. No. In my official account, I follow Rahul Gandhi, Congress, all of that, right? What I
ये
support.
मिस्टर डोवल का भाई है मेरे को लगता है.
सुनिए ना, सुनिए.
हम सारे करते हैं यार.
सारे
ये.
करते
दो
सुनिए.
Because they will
उसका
not,
दो
they
Twitter
will not
account है.
let you have, they will not give you access. So you have to do
So
it.
सुनिए
na.
ना. So in my official account is all the liberals, Congress, etc. My official account proved Congress was winning. My second account, which nobody knows about, where I follow Prime Minister, Amit Shah, everything, was showing me BJP is winning. It is an echo chamber.
Right.
The same account on two phones, the same person's account on two phones, depending on whom I'm following, is showing me 100% Modi is winning 400 par. यहाँ पे बता रहा था 295.
देखो तहसीन,
It is
whether
an
these things have an impact or not, I don't know whether I'm slightly older than you, so my generation, when we were students,
Slightly, very
when
slightly.
we were
Though you look
students,
younger, more like a sister.
when we got out of school, college, when we got out of college, there were these cassettes which came out with Sadhvi Ritambara ke
Dandaram.
speeches.
Yeah.
If you heard that, to me, it was frightening to me.
Yeah, it
okay?
was.
But there were
Blood
so
curdling.
many people I knew who got so totally influenced. To me, it turned me the other way. But to many of my cousins and relatives and friends, they turned very, very right wing. So it depends on how it impacts you, but it impacts you in some
But
way.
no,
now,
there
but
is-
but
there's a
now
difference.
the
There's a
million dollar or
difference.
billion dollar question. You look at the numbers, you look at the hits, the eyeballs. Has it irreversibly shifted towards YouTube, or is legacy media or even non-legacy media still of some relevance?
But I think legacy media pe questions hai. I'll tell you
Serious
why.
questions.
Serious questions.
Reach nahi hai unki,
I
gayi.
am somewhere in legacy media. When I did the interview with Mr. Modi,
Are you reading
in this-
newspapers? Any of you?
I do.
A bit. I
More or
read
less.
Times of India
I
because
don't. You don't. Tehseen?
I don't.
I don't.
I do. Okay, so I
15
read
years
it,
ago,
but
it would have been.
I read it
everyone.
because it's my work too,
Yeah.
right?
No, I read-
So I would read that to see where have I missed, where is my agency missed, what should I be focusing on for my print section. I watch television news, not television debates, though I come on debates, but just to see what I should cover. But just to come back to whether it's becoming irrelevant or not, the point is you see the numbers today.
It's crazy. I mean,
Social
Dhruv
media
Rathee-
has much more numbers than television has, right? One point. The second point I want to make is that when I interviewed Mr. Modi, that was the first interview that he gave television. After that, he's given 60 television and newspapers and all. In the first interview, I did ask him, is this election a mere formality? Because that's what people are saying. Now, very cleverly, the trollers have cut out that part, right? But the point is, at the start of the election, that is what it seemed. That, he's going to win anyway. Everybody was saying that. All the television channels were
it
saying
was
that.
a done deal.
But it was not on the ground. So I, as media, have to rethink about how I do the questioning now, because I was also taken in by that wave that, अरे ये तो जीतने ही वाले हैं, बस number का फर्क है.
No, but let me look
For
at your
me, it's a
question another way.
learning.
Let me look at your question another way.
No, but
Say
that
you are
doesn't
interviewing-
answer.
you-
I'm talking about-
No, one second. Let me finish. Look at your question another way. As somebody as a journalist, you're asking the Prime Minister who's expected to win, do you still think it's a done deal? Maybe it's not, and maybe you do believe it's not. It's your job again to ask a question. Why are you giving into what the trollers are putting by clipping a clip? You could have easily thought maybe it's not a done deal. Maybe the BJP or the Prime Minister is being overconfident. Why are you allowing the trollers to control what you actually thought? As a journalist, it is a very legitimate question to ask somebody who's the favorite to win. Is it a done deal?
It's
And
like
so
saying,
many- and so many
Rahul Gandhi से मैं क्या पूछूं, if he gives me an opportunity, would I not ask him that, are you the Prime Minister candidate?
Exactly.
Isn't
Does that make you a troller?
Yeah. Isn't it available to you all the time
The
to be Prime
problem is
Minister
we
candidate?
take it too seriously, the opinions that come
What
on social-
social media is
But
saying.
I think पता है
Look
tragedy
at it
क्या होने
easily.
वाली है तहसीन?
बोलो।
YouTube का एक बहुत बड़ा फैक्टर है कि they build a community around it. They have a base, and sooner than later they can't disappoint that base.
Yeah.
So Ravish will never say anything that is going to antagonize its
यार
base.
देखो ऐसे है, but look, that is
So-
what happened with the legacy
Nahin,
media.
Sushant, I'm going to come to you about Pakistanis. Pakistanis are making content about India because they're making money on YouTube.
Yeah, true.
They are now making content about Indian elections. भाई तुम अपने मुल्क का देखा है तुमने?
कोई पैसा यहाँ पे
पैसा यहाँ पे even the newspapers like New York Times, Washington Post, the entire model is now write something negative
Yeah.
about India
Yeah.
because Indians are going to click on
Yes,
negative news.
बिल्कुल.
And they're going to lambast you also.
Yeah, and they're going to make money with
Win-win.
those clicks.
Yeah.
So this is
So
a
which
such
is what
a
I think Abhijit says, na, never retweet. Just take a
screenshot.
screenshot and then do it कि पैसा नहीं
I
मिलेगा.
will never. Every time I see a Dhruv Rathee video or a Ravish video, if it comes up, I never search for them. But if it comes up on this thing, I immediately report it.
Why do you report it? Why do you report
Because
it?
it has to be done. I very specifically said don't recommend it to
How
me.
democratic?
No. That it should come up on my timeline if I don't want to
So
see it.
how do you? Why? What is it? Reporting is because it's either untrue or it's abusive.
Yeah,
Why
he
are you
feels it
reporting
is untrue.
It is untrue.
He feels it's
It is.
lies.
So
Why
the
can't
more-
he say it is
Masala
lies?
was the
He's not banning it for everyone
Now
else.
imagine,
That
you're
would be
imagine what
undemocratic.
YouTube does. Even when I say don't recommend this channel, it brings it up.
YouTube guy is the
Okay.
PMO's favorite.
The YouTube guy is the PMO's
I'm
favorite.
honestly telling you this.
Who is
He
this
is.
YouTube
He
guy?
is.
यार? कौन है ये?
बता दो तेरे को बाद में. See, I can't deal with defamations like
His
this.
Chotu will tell you.
अरे
छोटू बता देगा.
Now,
Chotu bata
what
dega.
happens is,
Are.
with all these other guys, because they thrive off engagement, I will only take photos and put it up and quote it. And I refuse to actually QT even answering anybody.
Click here to watch the full episode.